In this video, we'll be talking about the Marvel Rivals Blade Leak, abilities, role, and gameplay predictions. Marvel Rivals' Season 2.5 update introduced a wave of exciting additions, new heroes, maps, and most notably, a long-anticipated tease of Blade. He briefly appeared in Empire of Eternal Night, Central Park, and Burnin' T'Challa, hinting at his upcoming arrival. But how exactly will Blade fit into the game? In this video, I'll break down what we know from leaks and lore to predict his potential role and impact on gameplay. Blade's leaked kit and abilities. According to leaks, Blade is expected to use two distinct weapons. His main weapon is a katana, ideal for close quarters combat and likely designed for high burst damage. Complementing this is a shotgun as his secondary weapon, giving him the versatility to engage enemies from a medium distance. Before we dive into a deeper analysis, let's go over his leaked abilities. Passive, Bloodline Liberation. One of the standout features of Blade's kit is his passive ability, Bloodline Liberation. Much like the Punisher's passive, it grants him the power to see enemies through walls. However, the exact trigger for this ability remains unconfirmed. Does it activate after dealing damage, or is it tied to spotting low-health opponents? If it functions like the Punisher's, it could provide a major advantage for hunting down and ambushing targets, making Blade especially lethal in pursuit scenarios. Stomp and Slash. Leaks suggest that Stomp and Slash will be Blade's core offensive ability, delivering powerful burst damage with his katana. This move is likely to be his go-to for close-range combat, ideal for catching opponents off guard and finishing them quickly. The Dark Knight attack. Of course, a strong melee combo means little if you can't reach your target. That's where the Dark Knight attack comes in. Reportedly a dash ability, it helps Blade either close the distance or retreat when necessary. It's still unclear whether this move inflicts damage or functions solely as a mobility tool. From what we've seen, it seems to resemble abilities like Psylocke's, offering fast repositioning or the ability to pursue fleeing enemies effectively. Fang Deflect. Fang Deflect is believed to be Blade's defensive ability, enabling him to deflect incoming range attacks. Given his enhanced senses and speed in the comics, it's fitting that he'd be able to use his katana to block or parry projectiles. This skill will likely work in a similar fashion to Hawkeye's Melee Deflect, offering Blade a way to counter long-range threats while keeping up his aggressive, close combat approach. Ultimate ability, New Moon. Blade's ultimate, New Moon, is said to unleash his full vampire form. This transformation isn't just cosmetic, it's expected to boost all his stats and unlock an entirely new set of abilities. While the exact details are still under wraps, this could be the moment that truly sets Blade apart as a fearsome force on the battlefield. It also presents the ideal chance to introduce a lifesteal mechanic. It would make sense for his vampiric form to include passive lifesteal, allowing him to recover health with each successful hit during his ultimate. This would reinforce his identity as a relentless duelist, able to stay in the fight longer and dominate in close combat. Blade gameplay prediction. Blade appears to be a compelling blend of a diver and a survivor, somewhere between Psylocke and the Punisher, but with added defensive tools. His combination of high mobility, burst damage, and the ability to deflect incoming attacks could make him a serious threat in the hands of skilled players. What sets Blade apart is his adaptability. Though clearly designed for close-range combat, his shotgun and defensive options give him enough range coverage to remain effective at mid-range. This makes him a versatile choice who can fit into a variety of team setups and playstyles. His kit suggests he'll thrive as a duelist, great for flanking and dishing out quick damage alongside allies. But the real game-changer is his ultimate. In vampire form, he could easily surprise opponents mid-fight. Imagine engaging a group, drawing their focus, and then activating his ultimate, suddenly becoming a faster, stronger, and more dangerous version of himself. Adding a lifesteal mechanic in this state would amplify his ability to stay alive while dishing out damage, potentially even letting him serve as a semi-vanguard during flanks, absorbing pressure and turning the tide of a fight. Best team compositions for Blade.
Given his expected playstyle, Blade is likely to shine alongside long-range strategists who can amplify his damage output. Supports like Mantis and Rocket Raccoon are excellent partners, boosting his burst potential while he flanks. If they time their buffs with his ultimate, it could create complete havoc in the enemy's backline. From a lore standpoint, Blade may have a team-up ability with Doctor Strange, as both are part of the Midnight Suns. There's also potential for future synergy with characters like Ghost Rider, should he be added to the game. Blade would also work well with frontliners like The Thing or Thor, who can absorb attention and pressure while Blade slips behind enemy lines to deliver devastating strikes. When will Blade be released in Marvel Rivals? That's the big question on everyone's mind. When is Blade actually joining the roster in Marvel Rivals? Back at the beginning of Season 2, players spotted Blade lounging in Wakanda, a humorous little Easter egg that quickly drew attention. But as of the June 19th update, he's no longer resting. Blade is up. He's on the move. Yet, despite these teasers, he's still not available as a playable hero. Could this point to a Season 3 debut? Possibly not. Current in-game lore and leaks suggest that Phoenix is the likely new hero for Season 3, with Captain Marvel expected during the mid-season update. So where does that leave Blade? Many fans, myself included, believe he's part of a longer tease, an ongoing Easter egg trail that will eventually lead to his reveal. One popular theory is that he's being saved for a more fitting moment. And what better time than Halloween? If that's the plan, we might see Blade make his official debut in Season 4.5, expected around October, the perfect time to introduce a vampire hunter. Of course, this is all speculation for now, as no concrete release date or confirmation has surfaced yet. And that's a wrap on everything we know so far about Blade in Marvel Rivals. If you enjoyed this breakdown or found it helpful, feel free to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to stay in the loop for future updates, predictions, and leaks, you're welcome to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Us against the world!